I've lived in this house for 7 years. I know every crack in the walls, every creak in the floorboards. So when I went down to the basement last Tuesday to grab a box of Christmas decorations, I immediately noticed something was wrong. There was a door in the far wall. A plain wooden door with a brass handle, set into the concrete foundation as if it had always been there. But it hadn't. I would have noticed a door. My first thought was that I was losing my mind. I stood there for a full minute, just staring at it. The basement was cold, colder than usual, and I could see my breath forming little clouds in front of my face. I reached for the handle. The brass was ice cold, almost painful to touch. I turned it slowly, half expecting it to be locked. It wasn't. The door opened inward, revealing a narrow staircase that descended into darkness. The stairs were made of the same concrete as my foundation, but they looked old. Much older than my house. The walls on either side were rough-hewn stone, slick with moisture. I should have closed the door. I should have called someone. Instead, I pulled out my phone, turned on the flashlight, and started walking down. The stairs went down for what felt like 3 stories. The air grew warmer as I descended, which struck me as wrong. Underground should be cool. But it was getting warm, almost humid, like breathing in a greenhouse. At the bottom, the staircase opened into a corridor. The walls were the same rough stone, but now they were covered in markings. Not paint, they were carved into the rock. Symbols I didn't recognize. They looked almost like letters, but from no alphabet I'd ever seen. I followed the corridor for about 50 feet before it opened into a room. And that's when I heard it. Breathing. Not my own. Something else was breathing in the darkness ahead of me. Slow, deep breaths that seemed to make the walls themselves expand and contract. My phone light didn't reach the far wall. The room was bigger than it should have been, bigger than my entire house, I thought. And somewhere in that darkness, something was alive. I stood frozen. The breathing continued, rhythmic and patient. Then it stopped. The silence was worse. In the silence, I heard something else. A wet, sliding sound, like something large dragging itself across stone. It was moving. Coming closer. I ran. I don't remember climbing the stairs. I don't remember slamming the door. I just remember suddenly being in my basement again, gasping, leaning against the door with my full weight. I could feel something pressing against the other side. Not hard. Not trying to force it open. Just, leaning against it. Testing it. Like it was curious about the door from its side too. I stayed there for hours. Eventually, the pressure stopped. I grabbed a chair, wedged it under the handle, and went upstairs. I didn't sleep that night. The next morning, I went back down. The chair was still in place. The door was still there. But now there was something new. Someone had slid a piece of paper under the door. It was old, yellowed, fragile. Written on it in careful handwriting was a single sentence. Thank you for visiting. Please come again soon. I've boarded up the door now. Put a bookshelf in front of it. But every night, around 3 a.m., I can hear it. The breathing. Slow and patient. And sometimes, a gentle knock. 3 knocks. Then silence. Then 3 more. It's been 2 weeks. Last night, I found another note. This one was on my kitchen counter. We miss you. The door misses you too. I don't know how it got there. All the windows were locked. The front door was bolted. But the note was there, in the same yellowed paper, the same careful handwriting. I'm writing this from a hotel room. I don't know if I'm going back. But here's the thing that really scares me. Here's the thing that keeps me up at night. When I packed my bag to leave, I checked the basement one last time. The bookshelf was still there. The boards were still nailed in place. But the door was gone. And I can hear breathing in the hotel walls.